Okay, we are here at RMU and we are on the Colonials rink, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Nevco Scoreboard Controller that is used here at this rink. So the first thing, whenever you come in to use the scoreboard for your game, you may notice that the score is currently set wrong. So if you actually take a look at the board, it says that it's 4-3. That was the score from the previous game. So the first thing you need to do is ensure that the score is 0-0. So you're going to use the set command. Set home score 0. Yes. Set guest score 0. Yes. Now the score is set properly to 0-0. And now you are ready to set the time on the clock. Once again, we are going to use the set command to do that. We're going to press set, but this time we're going to press time. It's going to ask you for minutes and seconds. To do a warm-up, you would do 0, 3, 0, 0, 0. Press the period button, and you can press 0 for warm-up, or 1, 2, and 3. And hit period 1. Hit yes. Now the clock is set for warm-up. When both teams come out, you will press the time on button and the clock will start to tick down. If you need to stop the clock, you press time off and you stop the clock. This is what you would do during whistles. So if the referee blows the whistle and the time is on, you will press time off to stop the clock. Whenever the puck is dropped again, you press time on, the clock will continue to run down. So, to repeat, we're going to reset this clock back for warm-up. Set time 0, 3, 0, 0, 0. Period 1. Yes. Time on. We'll now drop the clock. So now, after warm-ups are over, you're going to set this for game time. And depending on the level of play, whether it be mite, squirt, peewee, bantam, or midget, depends on how much time you put on the clock. For instance, for a mite or a squirt game, it would be 12-minute periods. So we would do set time 1, 2, 0, 0, 0, period 1, yes. Now we're set for 12 minutes for period 1. The end of the period, and this is take down to 0. Once again, you do your set time 1, 2, 0, 0, 0. But this time we would go period 2. And yes. And the whole time, you'll see that it now says period 2 at 0, 0 with 12 minutes on the clock. Now, well, let's do scoring. So let's just go back to period 1. Yes. Alright, so clock is running down, the game is going on. A goal is scored, you stop the clock. All you have to do to increment the score by 1, so right now it's 0, 0. So if the home team scores, you press home score 1, yes, and then if you press the time button, it goes back to the time. Same thing with guest score 1, yes, and then time takes you back to the clock. Okay? And then once again, if you have to reset score at any time, let's say you accidentally hit home score 1 or you hit home score 2. Oh, okay, the score is not correct. To reset it, always at any time, you can do set home score 2. Yes. You can do this for either one, home score or guest score, depending on which one needs corrected. So that is goals. Then the only other major thing you may encounter here during operation of the clock is penalties. So let's put in a penalty. Let's say that the home team gets a new minor. So the clock is stopped. Let's go back to time. So the clock is stopped, and now I go home. There's home and guest. This is your home penalty information. this is your guest penalty information. We are going to press home, new minor. Okay, it's going to ask you for the player number. Let's just say it is 87. So number 87 as a penalty. Now it's going to ask you for the time. Depending on the level you're at, most penalties are 2 minutes, so 0200. So there, home penalty, first one, 87 is the number, 2 minutes is the penalty. And as you can see now, there's 2 minutes on the clock under home. And then you hit time to go back to time, and you enter the time. The clock will continue to wind down, and the penalty clock will also wind down with the clock. Okay, so now let's move on to if somebody scores on the power play and now that penalty is done. We will turn the time off because the goal was scored and the penalty was a home penalty. So we're going to view penalties. You see that there's one there, and if you can cycle through these. So there's only one right now, but if you just press the view penalty button continuously, it will go through the penalties. So let's say the first penalty is now over because a goal was scored. All you have to do once the penalty is displayed is clear penalty. Clear penalty, hit yes. The penalty is now cleared. And as you can see, it is no longer up on the scoreboard. We can do a guest penalty. We'll do another one. New minor for guest. This player will be 02. You have to put the 0 if it's a single digit. 02. And then once again, 02, 00. Yes. And then press time to go back to time. So now you'll see that there's a guest penalty, 2 minutes. And then at the end of the game, you should reset the clock and the time. So I always set it back for a warm-up. So if I hit set, time, 0300, period 1, yes, it's set up. And I also like to set my scores back to 0 for the next person. Set home score 0, yes. Set guest score 0, yes. And that is pretty much all you need to know. If at any time you do need to ring the horn button does that. I'm not going to do it right now, but the horn button will blow the horn in case maybe an injury or you need the players to take a knee. Thank you for watching, and I hope this was helpful.